Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Gratitude and Gains by the Who You Know Show, where we're going to get moving, all right? Get that blood pumping in the morning. Hopefully you're up, all right? And if you're not, hopefully this will be your wake-up call, all right? So we're going to get moving. We're going to share our gratitude, our goals. We're going to keep each other accountable so we can climb higher. So I would love for you to check in with me. As soon as you hop into the stream, I would love to know where you're tuning in from. Rep your city, rep your hood. Tell me down there in the chat. If this is your first time with Gratitude and Gains, I would like you to put a 1 in the chat, okay? This is your very first time tuning into this series. Just put a 1 in the chat so I can welcome you. I'd love to get to know you a little bit better. So super excited you're here. If you have tuned in before, I would like you to put a 2 in the chat, all right? So rep your city, rep your hood. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and then put a 1 or a 2 if you are a repeat, okay? All right, now that we are getting into it this morning, I want to share some things that I'm super grateful for. One of those was last night. Last night I was invited by a friend to attend Gateway Church's. They have a service on Tuesday nights called The Pond. And so Gateway Church is in Dallas. It's one of those mega churches, okay? Now, I normally attend Covenant Church in McKinney, which is a little bit smaller. Maybe, I don't know, 500 or so people. And this church is one of those mega churches, like huge. And anyway, so I got invited to it. It was an experience called The Pond. And The Pond is like a gathering of young adults between like in their 20s and 30s. But apparently, this is one of the largest gatherings of young adults I think in the country. Somebody said something like that. Anyway, it was a large gathering of young adults in their 20s and 30s. And I just thought that was pretty impactful, actually. And it was cool to be around, like-minded people. And the worship was incredible. The music, the worship team, absolutely incredible. And that's one of the things I love when I go to church is worship music. I mean, I tell you what, I love music in general, but when you add worship, it's an emotional experience for me. I will cry at church. Like, that's just something I do like every time. I can't help it when I'm worshiping. It's so powerful, the emotions that hit me. And so anyways, it was a great experience. I am grateful for. The message was encouraging. And so, yeah, it was awesome last night. Super grateful for that experience. And I'm hoping I can find something that is similar to that is a little bit more local. It was a kind of a late night last night. That was the only downside. Was just kind of the timing of it and all of that. But I'm hoping to find something similar, a little more local, and maybe a little earlier that I can stay consistent with as a midweek service. So that's one of my goals. I'm also grateful that God keeps opening new doors like this one to help fill my evenings with meaningful community, strengthening my faith, and also helping me to resist old temptations. All right. So for those of you that have been kind of following me on this journey, you know that I have quit smoking, quit drinking. I'm just shaking off some of these old temptations, some of these old habits, old addictions. And, just getting myself healthy. All right. That's what this show's all about, right? We got to get healthy. But it's not just your physical health, it's your mental health, your spiritual health, financial health, everything. We got to get healthy. So I'm grateful for that, because every day I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger and healthier and healthier and healthier. And it feels great, y'all. It feels great, you know? So I encourage you to try it for yourself. You know, what's one thing you could do today to get a little healthier, right? Whether that's in your spiritual health, your mental health, physical, whatever it is. What's one thing you could do, right? Because it feels great. Another thing that I'm grateful for that I wrote down this morning was, you know, just continuing this transformation journey, right? As I mentioned, smoke-free, alcohol-free, focusing on new areas of growth in my life. So grateful for that, and a renewed vision. I had yesterday, one thing I'm working on is serving my clients better, giving them a better client experience. And I have a new vision for that. I'll share with you guys in a little bit. But it's something I'm excited about. It actually has me excited. I love to serve people. I love to give. And so this is something I'm pumped up about. It's going to really, I think it's going to be a game changer for my business, but it's also going to be a way of serving. It's just a service, you know, giving. So anyway, I'm excited about it. I'll share more on that in a second. But as I was getting into the scripture this morning, I was reading Ephesians 3:16. Or no, I'm sorry, Ephesians 3. And one of the things, as I was reading, so Paul prays that the believers would be strengthened with the power through the Spirit, and grasp how wide and how long and how high and how deep is the love of Christ. And so my takeaway there was, before building anything, whether that's our business, for me, my future family, you know that I'm working on that, new routines. Before we do any of that stuff, we need to be deep rooted in God's love, so that our strength comes from Him and not just from striving, going all the time. Okay? And hold on, I was getting a call here from an important person, so hold on. Let me just make sure we're good here. Oh, pocket dials. She said she pocket dialed me. Okay, cool. Well, let's keep rocking and rolling. But yeah, you know, oftentimes we get into this hustle culture. Go. And I'm guilty of that. All right, so guilty of that. But before we get into continuing to strive all the time, go, it's important to kind of like pause and go put God first, deep rooted in God's love, so He can strengthen us, you know, to be able to tackle the rest of it, you know. So that's where I'm going to encourage you to do the same thing. That's what I've been doing lately since I started this series. I needed to get back to my gratitude and goals and prayer journal. And so people are asking me right now. I had someone ask me yesterday, what do you do? Like, I told them I get up at 4:30 in the morning. They're like, 4:30? It's early. What do you do? And I was like, well, I get my coffee and I get the Bible out and I read my Bible, and then I do a prayer journal. Then I prepare notes for this show of the things I'm grateful for and my goals. And then I get in my ice bath. And then I hop on this dang treadmill and I deliver it. All right. And that's, it's putting God first. And it's helping me. I'm going to tell you guys, it's just helping me in so many ways. So I encourage you to do something similar. I'm not asking you to get up on a treadmill and do a live show like I am, but it's been an amazing journey so far. I've only been doing it for a couple weeks. All right, this is episode 13. So let's rock, let's roll, let's go. I also have this other little book called Jesus Calling, and every day it has kind of like a little devotional there. And today's devotional said, "Worship me only, rest in me, my weary one, for this is a form of worship. Come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest." And again, it was just kind of a reminder today to slow down and worship as we work. Again, we're in this hustle culture. Go, go, go. And now you need rest. You need time to recover. You need time to be strengthened and not just, get caught up in this like horse race pace of life. And because that's going to distract you and pull you away from God. I know it has me. I'm totally guilty of this. This is why I'm coming back. And it's almost counterproductive. Totally counterproductive because, you get into that and then you start burning out. You burn out, So anyway, it's just a reminder, slow down, worship, because your spirit, when you feed your spirit, it just kind of translates into everything, every other area of your life, right? So I would encourage you to do that. So something that I thought about was, again, worship and work, building the right foundation, right? So worshiping fuels your work. True productivity begins with surrender. Staying rooted before reaching upward, right? Because deep roots, it's like a tree. Deep roots give you the stability when building a business or a family or a vision, right? You got to be rooted. That's where your nourishment comes from. Like if you think of a tree being rooted in the ground, it keeps you stable when there's storms, right? So you don't get knocked over if you have deep roots. That's where you get your nourishment from. That's where you get your food, right? To keep you strong and healthy, right? So staying deep rooted before you grow upward, right? Or before you try to reach higher and get more and go, 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 right? The last thing was, guard the margins, which is, filling, for me, my evenings with community and carving out intentional time for learning and for preparation. So, goals for today, I want to give you those two. This isn't just about gratitude, it's also about goals. My goals for today, as I mentioned earlier, I was sharing with you about client experience. Client experience. It's been on my mind, been on my heart. Me and my business partner have been working on different things to enhance the client experience. And something that I'm going to be doing personally with all my clients, which is going to take me a while because I've been in the business for 10 years. We got quite a bit. Got a lot of clients. But I'm going to go back to each and every one of them. I'm going to meet with them 15 to 30 minutes, not too long. But I'm going to be doing client experience in spotlight interviews. I'm going to interview them and, just ask them questions about their experience so far, what they like, what they wish they had more of, what they would change, how could we serve them better, why they came to us, just things like that, like really extracting, it's kind of like a survey, but I could easily send out a survey, right? But I don't want to just send out a client survey. I don't want to do that. I want to do it personally. I want to meet with them, do an interview with them, I'm going to record it, and I'm also going to be giving them a gift for doing this because this is going to help us better shape their experience, and future clients that come on board, it's going to help us to shape their experience. And I'm going to be giving them a gift for doing this. And the gift that I'm going to be giving them is a personalized music video, personalized song. You guys heard the anthem that my buddy Andrew made for me yesterday. I played that in the show. And so super cool. Oh my gosh, there's an AI tool out there that will actually create music. And what I'm going to be doing is extracting from this client experience interview, I'm going to be extracting data, extracting things that are important to them, that I can then create the lyrics for their song. That's going to be all about them. That's going to be literally their own anthem, their own personal story. Okay? Like this light is running out over here. Yep. Just had my light went out. I got one of these little spotlights over here just went out. That's cool. No worries. Just needs to be charged up. But yeah, they're going to get their own personalized anthem for them about their life, the things that they enjoy. And so I'm excited about that. It's going to be super cool. I know when my buddy Andrew sent me that song, it was all about me, right? And this show, and it was an anthem, and it was so cool. The energy, music brings emotion and energy, and when that music is literally about you, personalized to you, man, the impact was massive. I was so excited when he sent that to me. So I thought, how can I do something like that similar? What's a use case that I could do for my clients? So I'm going to be sending my clients personalized songs for them. And anyway, I think it's going to be super cool. I know they're going to enjoy it because I enjoyed it. When I got mine, I was so excited and so pumped up. I mean, how many of you would like to have your own personalized anthem, your own song that's all about you? Come on, tell me if you'd like to have that in the chat. Put a 3 in the chat if that is something that you would like, to have your own personalized anthem that's all about you and your life, right? Just put a 3 in the chat if that is something that would be cool, right? I'm going to play mine just here in a second. so you guys can hear kind of what I'm talking about for if you weren't here yesterday. All right, a couple of shout outs. We got some people over here on Instagram. We got Heather, good to see you. Brittany, good to see you. We got Furry Kid Mom, good to see you. We got Candace West, good to see you in the chat. Good morning. Yeah, let me know if you had your own personalized anthem, right? Your own song that was just all about you. How cool would that be? And if somebody sent that to you, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing, gathering some information from our client experience and spotlight interview. We're going to have an interview with them, get that information. I'm going to take that information and create them a song. I'm going to make them a song and a music video, right? So how cool would that be? If you want one of those, put a 3 in the chat. And I'm going to share mine that was sent to me here in just a second. I'll share that. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. It's pretty cool. And you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So my buddy Andrew made this for me. It's called the Who You Know Show. It's our theme song. So I'm going to press play. You guys can check it out. And how many of you would like to have something similar? Let's rock, let's roll. Let's go.
My resume's polished, cover letter smooth, still feeling like I'm missing the groove. The algorithm chilly, it's a numbers game, but I've got a secret, I'll make my name. Email sent, I won't be ignored. Networks growing, futures assured. From cafe chats to online meets, finding my next gig on these city streets. Cause it's who you know, that's how it flows. Making connections, watch them grow. It's not what you know, but who you call. Gonna nail that interview. Stands on, yes, who you know, the way it goes. Talking to people, letting it show. From LinkedIn lines to face-to-face smiles. Networking my way, mile by mile. Ran into a friend, a happy hour find. She mentioned a job, right place, right time. Started with a handshake, ended with a plan. Now I've got my foot in the door again. Sharing stories, finding that link. Turns out we know more people than you think. Digital's fine, but the real supreme. When you're building bridges, you can live the dream. Email sent out won't be ignored. Networks growing, futures assured. From cafe chats to online meets, finding my next gig on these city streets. We build you a clear path to your wealth with strategy. Help you recover income, navigate with clarity. 401k, rollovers, retirement's key. Investments and insurance, securing your legacy. Turning setbacks into comebacks. With wisdom and guidance, you'll never lack. It's a holistic journey in wealth and more. Unlock your potential, open that door. Cause it's who you know, that's how it flows. Making
Yes.
connections, watch them grow. It's no.
All right, so I'm not going to play the whole song, but man, anyway, I love it. Okay. I mean, that's what the show's all about. And so that was sent to me. And so again, how many of you would like to have something like that that's all about you, right? So anyway, client experience. Client experience is top of mind for me right now. And so I'm going to be sending that to them as a gift after we have our meeting together. And yeah, I think they're going to enjoy it. I think they're definitely going to enjoy it. So put a 3 in the chat if you would like to have your own personalized song that's all about you. Okay. So that's one of my goals today. I'm mapping that out, implementing it immediately. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm going to block out at least an hour a day to continue studying for my Series 65. It's something that, as I have started this show has been amazing, but it is kind of interrupted my study time. That was normally when I was studying, was in the morning. So I've just pivoted and I'm gonna have to shift. And so I started doing it in the evening, but in the evening, I haven't been as consistent. If I'm being just transparent, I haven't been as consistent. You know, like last night, I went to this church service. I didn't study yesterday. All right. So I'm like, all right, how do I'm trying to cram a lot into a day. You know what I mean? How do I figure out a way that no matter what, it gets done? And so I'm basically I think I'm just going to start my day a little later, meaning I'm going to do all of this. And then directly after this, I'm going to, after my workout, I'm going to study. It just means I'm not going to get into the office until probably 10:30, right? I normally get in the office around 9. So I'm going to give myself a little extra buffer, 10:30. But again, I'm just having to move things, shift things. It's about constantly adjusting, tweaking, you know, and figuring it out, you know, just figuring it out. So that's another goal I have. Continuing to nurture connections that I made last night at the pond and look for my own small group opportunities and midweek opportunities for going to a midweek service here locally where I'm at, and continue to focus on my daily disciplines and my health. No cigarettes, no alcohol, daily gratitude and prayer. So those are my goals. I'd love to hear from you. What are 1 or 2 goals that you have? All right, what are you working on? All right, tell me in the chat. A couple questions I have for you. Where do you need deeper roots? You heard me talking about deeper roots before you can reach higher and before you can grow. Where do you need deeper roots? Okay, it's one reflection question. You can tell me in the chat or just something to think about, meditate on. All right, what's one routine that you can shift to create space for your spiritual growth? Because again, like me, myself, I had to shift things around. I had to put it first, absolutely first, otherwise it wouldn't get done. You know, it wasn't going to get done. So where do you need to shift your routine to make space for your spiritual growth? So those are a couple of reflection questions for this morning. And if this message has inspired you, encouraged you, lifted you up, if you learned something, you know, even if you just like this song, whatever, I'd love for you to share this out. Hit that share button. Get this message out there to more people. More people need to hear it. And make sure you tune into the regular Who You Know Show podcast. This is where we do interviews on some of the world's best thought leaders, entrepreneurs, business owners, CEOs, celebrities, athletes. You know, I'm interviewing some what I call world changers. And these world changers have a blueprint to success. Each and every one of them, they have a blueprint to success in some area. And I want to know, you know, how to get there shorter, right? The quickest way to get from point A to point B, right, if you're lost, is to pull over and ask someone who's been there already for directions. And they're going to tell you, hey, you know, you might want to avoid taking that street over there. There's potholes over there. You might want to take this. This is actually the shortcut. If you go this way, you'll get there faster, right? That's the easiest way to get from point A to point B if you don't know where you're going. And so that's what this show is all about. It's about interviewing those people and extracting, right, their blueprint to success, whether that's in their wealth, health, business, career. We do talk a lot about careers because that's where this show originally originated from. We still dive heavy into career strategy and how to recover your income and level up in your career. So we dive deep into that. But I want you to tune into that show, all right? Make sure you're subscribing and checking it out. and share this thing out. But guys, I appreciate you. See if we can give some shout outs before we rock and roll. See if we got anybody tuning in over there. Hey, it must be too early for y'all this morning. But I see you again over there on Instagram. We got Heather, Britt, Hendry. Good to see you, Brittany. Furry Kid Mom, Candace West. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And again, guys, happy Wednesday. Happy Winning Wednesday. And I will see you tomorrow. Let's rock. Let's roll. Let's go.